Hi, Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for FM Boxing Media.
This is Frankie Morgan here from FM Boxing Media, brought to you by For You Hair Products, a high-protein company, and Giggling Pig Co. And today I'm here with the main man, back in the gym, 2 years out, back ready for a fight. Harley Benn, how are we doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? All good?
Yeah, all good, all good. We were just touching over your inactivity.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise the story was as deep as it was. You got up to 96 kilos. Didn't
Yeah.
expect to see yourself get back in the ring.
Nope, not at all, mate. And if I'm honest with you, it was... Yeah, 2024 was a very difficult year personally. I had a lot going on. And with boxing, it's not a sport that you can be half in, half out, you know? So I wasn't even half in. So it was one of them where I had to... I didn't think I was going to fight again in 2024. I was coming off the back of a loss in 2023 in Dubai. 2024, like I said, was a very hard year personally. But I'm grateful for that year because it matured me massively. And that's what I think I needed. I'm 29 now, and I feel like I'm going to be coming into the prime of my boxing career within the next 6 months.
Yeah, and obviously I remember watching you at the Brentwood Centre a few years back.
Yeah.
And at that point it was like Harley Benn, that's when you was first just pushing on.
Yeah. I had some, do you know what? I had some real good early performances. I had no amateur experience, so I was learning on the job, you know. So I remember my first few fights. I mean, my first fight I got a stoppage in the second round, and I tell you what, if I didn't, I was fucked. Like,
I remember watching that. That was on the Frank Warren show, right? Yeah.
I was ruined. I was like, mate, he's got to go now because I can't breathe. Do you know what I mean? And luckily, I managed to hit him with a good body shot and get him out of there. Second fight, they was like, you're fighting some 6'2" geezer. I was like, what? I was like, mate, that's 2 inches taller than you, yeah? Don't worry. I was like, oh, yeah. I remember being proper nervous. It was at the Brentwood Centre. And he was just really awkward. I'd watched a little bit of him and seen him give some good prospects, like awkward troubles. Yeah. And I had all that pre-fight nerves. I was like, oh, mate, I don't even want to do this. Like, it was horrible. Like what Mike Tyson said, like, you pretty much, when the nerves get, like, up there, you're like, I don't want to do this no more. But I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm having a fight. Went out there, dropped him with a big overhand right. And I thought, oh, that's it. Like, that's him done. Like, because I felt my hand crack onto his chin. And I was like, yeah, no chance. Do you know what I mean? By the time I'd got to the neutral corner, he was up, jumping around like ready to go again. I was like, what? I was like, right, okay.
I actually sat next to Steve-O the Madman for that fight. And I remember all I heard was blood clot. That's the only word I heard out of his mouth. And I was just crying. I thought it left me in stitches.
Do you know what? It was a good shot, you know. It was a big overhand right. And I thought, because of you can feel the connection on your arm when you connect properly. And I thought, that's just connected with his chin. He might not be asleep, but he ain't beating a 10 count. Yeah. Fuck, I beat a 3 count. Do you know what I mean? He was up and at it. I was like, right, I think this might go the distance. And it did, but it was just, you know, learning on the job, more learning. And then I had a rude awakening. I boxed Lee Hallett and lost on the Billy Joe Saunders undercard in Stevenage. It's on a big card. I was young. I got a bit complacent, and I think that was my 6th fight, so I had like 5 wins on the bounce, and I probably underestimated him. And I remember a few people telling me on the day that Lee Hallett's a really good fighter. Like, he's won a lot on the amateurs, won a lot on the unlicensed scene, and they didn't tell no lies, mate. Like, it wasn't a nice night. It was... I never ever came out with, and there is no excuses on that fight. I just said I lost and I moved on. The weight was a weight I'll never be able to get to again, and never got to. It was Walter 10-7 I made for that fight, and it was horrible to make and whatnot. But it was a day before weigh-in. I'm not giving no excuses or anything like that. The better man won on the night. I'd never shared the ring with a southpaw before, not even sparred. So I was told to neglect my jab and throw the right hand. I mean, it didn't do nothing for me, mate. I promise you, I'm better off sticking on my jab. But yeah, that was at that age. I think I must have been about 23 then, and at that age, I can't lie, it proper dented my ego really bad. Like I don't really have an ego anymore when it comes to boxing and whatnot. It's two men having a fight. He bleeds like I bleed, and may the best man win. But then I was really like, it put me in a bad way. But I was like, right, I've got to get over this southpaw stuff. Went in my next fight, I was like, I need it to be a southpaw. Because I don't want it to be a mental thing in my head, you know what I mean? That I can't deal with southpaws and this and that. And then beat a southpaw comfortably. Who weren't a bad southpaw. His name's MJ Hall. Good journeyman he was. I think he's still active, you know. Flipping hell. But talking to southpaws, back in 2023, big fight with Fazan Anwar. He actually pulled out. It was on the Mayweather-Deji undercard. It was meant to be at the end of 2022. And he pulled out an hour and a half before the fight. Yeah. Oh, mate, I was gutted. I was like, I'd never... And the thing is, you can't really even kick off like that in Dubai. You know what I mean?
No, you've got to keep your head down.
I was like, I'm going mad in my head, but outside I'm just sitting here like this. Like, if I was in the UK, I'd be like effing and blinding and being like, what do you mean he's pulled out, getting back here?
Pull out the Reece Belotti on stage.
Literally the Reece Belotti on stage. But in Dubai, I think you've got to be half careful with all that. So, listen, I had to deal with it, and it is what it is. Boxing is one of them things. I've had many fights fall through, but I went back and fought him May 2023 in a 10-rounder. He outboxed me pretty much. I probably won. I got stopped in the 7th, got stopped on my feet. I probably won one round, and that's being generous to myself, you know. It was horrible. It was he can't hit. He really can't hit. Like, he hit me over, I think the stats were like 180 times power punches, but I'll be honest with you, he couldn't hit. I didn't leave with a mark on my face and whatnot, but it was the ref. I wanted to see the rounds through, but the ref said you're taking too much punishment. And he weren't wrong. Do you know what I mean? He weren't wrong. So
sometimes they're the ones that are worse, ain't they? When you don't realise
when you don't realise, and then that's when things can go wrong. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes there is a saying, being too tough for your own good. And in that fight, I think I was trying to be that, and it was only going one way, and it was better than I thought. I thought I'd be able to make it into a rough, scrappy fight. No, his boxing was really good, and still to this day he's unbeaten. So I would like to rematch him. I'll be completely honest with you, that's a fight that really interests me in the UK, because I went to Dubai once, he pulled out. I went to Dubai twice, he beat me. Come to the UK, and I mean, exposure-wise for him as well, it would be good. I think it is a fight. I'm not sitting here calling him out like that, but I'm definitely on rematching for Fazan Anwar in the future if he's game to.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned about even the things like the heat out there. It's unbelievable when you're out in Dubai and Saudi Arabia and these countries. A lot of fighters have come unstuck when they've gone out there and not noticed how much hotter it is actually going to be in that venue. And
that's it. And he lives out there, so he's already climatised to Dubai. It was horrible. Like, when you're making weight and stuff, and you just can't get in. It's just hot everywhere. Do you know what I mean? It was just, and the air. It's just.
I feel like you have no choice but to make weight out there.
Literally. You literally.
It's impossible to be overweight.
A couple of walks up into the mall and that, and you're on weight. Yeah, literally sweating it all out. But it was apart from the fight, so I can't even. The fight was a good experience. You know, it was my first scheduled 10-rounder. It was with an undefeated prospect.
Who's still undefeated.
And I wanted to go and test myself. But what I will say is I had an off night. Everyone said it. Like, even if I had a great night, still might have beat me, but I really did have an off night. And that, unfortunately, in boxing, it's only you in there. If you have an off night, that's the fight done, really. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But that sent me. My head went after losing that, because I was really confident in beating him. I really was. Until like round 3, and I was like, this fucker's really good. You know what I mean? He keeps hitting me with that left hand. It's just annoying. But like I said, he's not a puncher. He's not a puncher. But very accurate, very skillful. Well done to him.
Yeah, and obviously out in Dubai, you've got the Ben name yourself, but someone who might have a better name than you, Sonny Liston Ali, went out to Dubai with you.
Yes, he came with me the first time.
And I've recently seen him hitting the bag again.
Do you know what? Sonny needs to make a comeback. probably hate me for saying this on the media, but he does. Listen, he's a talented boy.
I think
he's
the
still
name
young.
alone can take him places.
Listen,
can't it?
yeah, great name, great person, great boxer, you know. But like I said, life can take you away from boxing sometimes. You've got to be 100% in. You can't be half in, half like I said. So, yeah, hopefully we do see Sonny back. I'd like to see him back, and yeah, it could be a year of the comebacks, you know. But I'll be honest, it's one of them. If it suits him, it suits him. He's still young. He's got time. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice just to see him training again, you know. So hopefully he progresses with that and pushes on to make a comeback.
Yeah,
if I can do it, if I can make a comeback from what I've come back from, honestly, anyone can.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're currently sat down Raynham Boxing Club, the Origin. Mark Tibbs, you're in the corner, teaching you along the way, teaching you new tricks.
That's it, and I'll be honest with you, I feel so catered for here. I'm getting world level sparring, and I can't not call it world level. I'm sparring O'Hara Davis most weeks, and he's fought at world level many times, you know. So
I've seen you also mixing it with the likes of Giorgio Vizioli
exactly
and even Bilal here.
Yeah, of course. And one morning, Giorgio's sparring didn't turn up. Whatever, we got him, done a few rounds and whatnot. Absolutely pieced me up. But he's so good.
I think he pieces anyone up, don't he?
Honestly, he's so good. And obviously, there's a weight difference tomorrow. I didn't feel like it. I promise you, it can whack as well. But it's just being around all these guys: Joel, Finley, Bilal, O'Hara, Giorgio, all of them. Do you know what I mean? Arjun Bassi's now in the gym. It's just I'm learning off of everyone. So I think it's a perfect place for me. And Mark and Jimmy, there's not a part of the sport they don't know. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it here, mate.
Yeah, one clip I did see recently, about 6 months ago, you had that big bag in the middle and you was smashing the granny out of it. I was. But in the caption, it was mentioning a certain Harley Eubank.
Yeah, do you know what? There's been a few things. See, Harlem, I don't know if we would ever be able to fight due to weight and whatnot. I would like that fight. It's a good fight to have in the future. I'll be completely honest. I need a few more fights before I would jump in with Harlem. That's just being honest. He's a great fighter. Can't fault him. Didn't rate his performance against Catterall, but I feel like Catterall made him fight like that in a way, so props to Catterall. But is a performance before that against McKenna unbelievable. Like, I thought it was a great performance. NATHANAEL Eubank, Chris's brother, there's talks at the minute about us fighting, but he just talks a lot. Like he doesn't do much action.
I think that's a Eubank trait, ain't it?
Yeah. He talks a lot, but he doesn't. I don't know. Like it will pop out the blue every 6 months. But I think he's pushing on to 37 now. So NATHANAEL, if you do want this fight, mate, like hurry up and crack on. Do you know what I mean? Joe Laws should be fighting him early next year. It depends. I'll be honest. He's accepted a fight against Amir Anderson. Really good fighter, dickhead, but really good fighter. And I don't think Joe beats him. If he does, great. I'll be fighting Joe for the Misfits middleweight professional title. If he loses, I'll probably still have the opportunity to fight him. It just depends what kind of performance he puts on. But at first, I'm focused on the 30th of November. I'm on a DKM boxing show, which I'm delighted to be on. Get the ring rust off, and then potentially, I don't even know how to pronounce his surname. You know that Elvis geezer? Elvis Avagara, something like that. He calls himself the Soldier. And he fought Tyler Denny, he's fought Callum Simpson, and that's something that's in talks right now, which would be a good fight at super middleweight. Yeah. So, but I feel like that would be in Africa, which I'd love. That'd be a great experience, you know. But we're going to focus on the 30th. We're going to get the win on the 30th, and then we're going to push on and hopefully have the best spell of my career over the next few years, God willing.
Yeah, and a lot of people look and see that you had the scuffle in Derby with Joe Laws and all the Misfits build up. A lot of people look at Misfits and think that boxers ain't taking it serious when they go to Misfits. But how can you tell people that are watching now that Misfits is serious? And when you're fighting at pro at Misfits, it is a different level.
If I was to fight Joe Laws on Misfits Pro, or for the Southern Area title or English title or whatever you want, it's exactly the same. Like, none of us are going to train any weaker because we're fighting on Misfits Pro. If anything, it's one of the biggest platforms in the world. And especially being on the Misfits Pro side, it's professional boxing. Even the influencer boxing, they're still taking it crazy serious and going at it in fights, you know? Like, they're doing 8, 9, 10 week camps. Like, I think it's just how it started. People have got that in their minds still, like, you know, the KSI, Joe Wellers kind of thing, and props to them because look what they started, you know. But the Misfits professional side is a completely different story. It's professional boxing. So, I mean, look at the fighters. You've got Ty Mitchell, great champion on there. You've got Joe Laws, Amir Anderson, H2O's. I don't rate him no more. I don't rate.
I did think that he was a level above a lot of the fighters in there, but
so did I, and he might have been, to be fair, but I don't know, he's just on a bad run at the minute. I'm not going to kick a man when he's down, but he's on a bad run at the minute. But he's had 2 stoppage losses within 4 rounds, but he did have the cheek, actually, to say the other day, are you sure you want this smoke? What smoke, Idris, are you talking about, bro? You got smoked. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to kick a man when he's down. But there's many fights in the future that are on the horizon. I don't think I'm going to be short of fights next year. Could even be out once more after November the 1st. So I could end up having 2 fights this year, and I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with 1 win this year, you know. So yeah, we're cracking on.
Yeah, and obviously, as you said, down into the prime of your career, is that realistically what you'd want, to be on the zone, fighting under Misfits, fighting there regularly, or would you like to try and get back onto them Warren shows, or maybe push for the matchroom shows?
Do you know what? After this fight on the 30th, I mean, me and Elvis would be fighting on the zone, be under Amir Khan Promotions. So, of course, I'd like to fight for them guys. Anyone that's a boxer would love to be on matchroom cards, Frank Warren cards, and whatnot. Even boxer cards, you know. Like, it's hard to say where, when, and how at the minute. But I believe my next 2 fights are going to be Joe Laws and Elvis. The Joe Laws fight will be on Misfits Pro, and the Elvis fight, the platform is yet to be decided, but it's in talks.
Yeah, and obviously fighting on a Sunday this time round.
Yeah, it's
any difference for you?
No, do you know what? It's actually quite. I like the fact of a Sunday evening. Do you know what I mean? So I haven't done it before. It's just another experience on my boxing career, and yeah, I like the idea of a Sunday evening. So in Mayfair, Porchester Hall, I think it'll be nice. I mean, the fight, that's not going to be nice. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to try and do a demolition job. I'm going to box to my instructions, but I want to come back with a bang. So, yeah, that's
Harley, I'll let you crack on with training. I know you've got a big session coming up, but I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate the interview. Take care, brother.